All right, guys. Hey, what's going on? It's me. It's Steve Strobridge. It's the OG. It's the guy who does things sometimes. And I'm here specifically to give you an update on my programming and basic series and just what my hopefully short-term plans are that I now need to stay kind of committed to. So the first thing I want to say is this, is that number one, I really appreciate the fact that everybody has been watching this particular series, which I started 2.5 years ago. And honestly, I should have finished 2.5 years ago. It should not have drawn out this long. It should not have lingered this long. But, life happens, and sometimes lack of motivation happens, things like that. And so, let's give you a quick backstory of why I started this, what my original plans were, what those plans pretty much still are, and where we are today, as today is June 19th in 2018. Again, 2.5 years later after I started this train wreck of a thing. So what was my plan? What was my intent? What was my motivation? Well, the first thing was I figured, you know what? I want to get back into CoCo. I want to do a project, and I did things in BASIC. I still pretty much remember BASIC. I could probably read the book in a weekend, and I could probably learn the things I needed to learn specifically to start doing something. And I could have, should have possibly just done that. But I thought it might be kind of cool to go through this journey of rediscovery and relearn it from 0, to 100. And as I learned it, kind of share that journey with someone else who might find this interesting. And honestly, at that time, most of the people who were watching my YouTube channel were people watching me and my kids play Minecraft. So I had a lot of kids watching my channel, and I thought I would use this sphere of influence to possibly introduce a new generation of young people to programming on a computer. Maybe they might get interested. Maybe they might want to do something like this. And so that's what I thought. I thought, who over the age of 20 would want to watch this 35-year-old dead language on a machine that hasn't existed? Who in their right mind would want to watch this? And ironically, it just didn't really turn out to be something for kids. And matter of fact, most of the people who've been watching this have been adults, and most of these adults are people who actually literally know how to do real programming for a living. And so the fact they're watching my train wreck is surprising and flattering at the same time. But I guess it really keyed into nostalgia, which was what it was for me, because this was the only language I ever learned. I enjoyed programming in BASIC on the color computer. I felt fairly empowered by it. It was both empowering and also enabling at the same time, because it did not make me want to venture outside of my comfort zone. And I think I've told this story before, but when I was a teenager, when I had my CoCo, I just assumed that everybody who made the games in assembly language, and those were all grown-ups, and those were professional people who went to college and learned how to do this, and this was their job, and they programmed, and this was a grown-up thing. So I didn't think it was something a kid could do. I now know that half the games and programs that were released for the CoCo that were written in assembly were written by people who were teenagers at the time, which blows my mind. But when I was a teenager, it never dawned on me I could learn assembly. When I went to college, I went to a local college that specialized in computer programming. It was this little private school. It wasn't a university or anything, one of these, local colleges. And I went to the school to learn how to program, and I just naively assumed, okay, well, this is when I'm going to learn assembly. So now that I'm growing up and becoming an adult, I'll go to college, I'll learn assembly, and then I will start making the awesome games I always wanted to make. And then I was disappointed to find out they don't even teach assembly. They're teaching a bunch of other crap, and it was all boring crap. It wasn't fun. So I didn't even finish going to college for programming, because I'm like, this is crap, right? So, so my plan was, when I did this, it was kind of a couple of phases, a couple stages to this. So the first phase was going to be, all right, let's finish the book. Let's finish the series. If I'm going to go through this, let me make it a how-to. Let me make it a tutorial and share the process for somebody else who might find this interesting. But the goal was, in learning this, well, we're going to make a game. I want to make a game. Really, the only reason why I started this was once I got back into the CoCo and I realized people are doing projects and going to CoCo Fest and showing things off. I'm like, hey, man, I want to make a CoCo game. And then this became pretty much almost a distraction from that, not in a bad way, but because I wanted to do this in this particular order, and it's never got done. Me even starting a game has been delayed 2.5 years now too. But the goal was, let's finish the book, let's finish this series, let's now start making a game, and maybe even make a little YouTube showing the progress of the game, not necessarily step by step as I'm programming it, but maybe sharing stages of the progress. That was going to be the next step. And then after I finished a game or two in BASIC, my next thing, which is now like a bucket list item, because I never learned assembly back then, is I want to learn assembly. And then I was going to basically do a new series on assembly. The only difference is, at least in this basic series, I kind of feel like, not necessarily that I'm an expert, but I'm knowledgeable. So I'm hoping that I'm putting some value added to it. I'm not just reading the book, because anybody can read the book. Everybody read programs and typed in programs, but that didn't necessarily mean they would become a programmer. It doesn't necessarily mean they really understood the language, you know. So I'm trying to provide a little value added by not only just reading what's on the page, but maybe trying to interpret that and then give a few examples that aren't in the book. So hopefully I've succeeded to some extent there with some value added stuff. But when it comes to assembly, I don't know it, so I have to learn it. So I'm not going to probably myself be able to provide anything value added to an assembly series other than going through the struggle. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who, like me, wanted to learn it, never learned it. So maybe just the fact I'm doing it will help some of those folks. But I also think now, too, because of our community and because of shows like CoCo Talk and stuff, we will have some other people who won't be me, fortunately, who might be able to help sit in on some episodes to provide some value-added stuff. And, you know, now that we've covered this part of assembly, let's do an example and show you. I'm big on examples. I'm big on proof of concept. All right, don't just tell me what it can do. Let me see what it can do. Let me make it do it for myself. So my next plan, after I finish the basic series and work on a project, which I'm in the middle of now too, which for those of you who don't know, I'm in the middle of a basic project, is to start an assembly series and make an assembly game. And of course, anything I'm going to do is going to be games. Like, why make anything else? Why would I make software? What kind of useful software could I make for a CoCo that, you know, come on, let's be serious. Let's have fun with it. But anyways, at least me anyways, I'm sure somebody else can make something useful. But so yeah, the next series after this will be an assembly series and hopefully some assembly games to follow. Now, as far as the project, the basic project, that also kind of overlapped this project, because when I was making this series here, I'm like, well, I don't even know what game I'm going to make when I'm done. I'm not sure what project I'm going to do. However, things happen, things change, and if you've followed any of my YouTube stuff or whatever, you might know the fact that I found a game I made. The only software, and the only proof I've ever made software in my life, I happened to find, because I made hundreds of things for the CoCo that were on my own personal floppy disk that are just gone. I made a handful of things for DOS machines. One of them survived, and I recently found a game I made for DOS, MS-DOS, that was called Cosmic Aliens. It's kind of a Space Invaders clone-ish type thing. And so since I found that and I don't have the source code, I thought, well, this would be a cool CoCo project. Let me take this game, let me reimagine, let me reproduce this game now, but doing it on a CoCo, which I'm also balancing, finding the time and the motivation to do, which now brings all of these things together. So we're in June. I've already missed 2 other CoCo. When I went to my first CoCo Fest in 2015, I'm like, oh, I want to do a project. 2016 rolls around, no project. 2017 rolls around, no project, right? So 2018 rolls around, no project. So we're now in 2018. So what's left this year as far as events? Well, VCF Midwest comes up in September, and then Tandy Assembly comes up in November. So I'm hoping I'm trying to set a goal right now by VCF Midwest to have a project to show off, a real project, a game, something I made on a vintage computer. And so I've got about 3 months to do that. So what am I going to try to do in the next 3 months? I want to finish this series, which as soon as I'm done recording this video and I go shave and take a shower, I'm going to make a new episode. So as of today, June 19th, a new chapter will be released. I'm going to finish this series. I'm going to try to finish this series very quickly. I just want to get it done. Not that I want to rush it, but I want to complete it. And I would like to get the basic programming series done by the end of June. My plan, my goal, and I'm putting it out here on public record so people can hold me accountable for it. Finish this series because it's long overdue. Start working now and cranking out in the next 3 months some progress on Cosmic Aliens and sharing that project via periodic updates, and then have that to show off. And so now my plan is this. Now that I've finished Basic and I've got a game project, and this game project will at least hopefully be able to be a playable demo this year, 2018, the goal after that is going to be, as I learn assembly, well, I'm going to start making games in assembly, making color computer games in assembly. So hopefully I'll be starting assembly in 2018, and hopefully I'll have assembly projects to show off no later than early 2019. So that's what I need to do. I just need to stay focused and stay motivated. And it's hard. It's hard with life things and time and schedules, and it's just hard sometimes. To me, it's like, as much as I liked Basic, for whatever reason, like psychologically going to do these videos, it almost feels like, I kind of don't want to. It's kind of like work, and I kind of have to force myself to do it because I'm not really literally in the mood to make a video on Basic, and I don't know what's going to take to get you in that mood. So rather than waiting for me to find the mood, or for the mood to come, I'm just going to do it, right? So I just have to get it done. But I definitely want to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting me, and it's been years, but there are some recent comments that I've been getting, and I just want to say thank you to some of these people here. Like, for example, John Stinent has been commenting a lot just recently. These are the original videos on my not my old channel, but my original channel. I have a new channel. I'm putting all my color computer stuff on now. So John Stinent has been watching these videos and commenting. Thank you, John. Here's some more from John. Some more from John. More from John. I know a few other people have too. I'll get to them. Here's Willie Waterbug, about a month ago, commented on this. So thank you, Willie. And who else? Where's some more of my and then the Dr. X 0079 is wanting more of these. And then as I'm posting these now on my new channel, again, we have some comments from Dr. X 0079. And then Jim Gary, who's a prolific programmer. So the fact he took time out of his life to watch me do my crap is pretty flattering, right? So again, Dr. X saying, do more of these. Got to have more programming, more cowbell, right? So yeah, I just want to say, and that's not everybody. It's been 2.5 years, and a lot of people have watched these. A lot of people have commented on these and had nice things to say. And despite that, for whatever reason, it's been difficult for me to find the motivation to do some more. So I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to shut up and do it. So just do it. So definitely, I want to say, for everybody who's watched this, and those of you who have enjoyed it, and those of you who have had anything to say in the form of a comment or a feedback or any type of encouragement, I want to say thank you for that. And then I also want to say, I am sorry that it's taken me this long, but I just got to knock myself in the frickin' head and say, dude, get it done. So as I'm getting comments in 2 different places, because I started everything, I had my only channel, Original Gamer CoCo channel. Over the past 1.5 years or so, or whenever, I don't remember. Shit, time flies, right? But I broke my channel into 3 channels, and I actually created a separate channel just for color computer videos. So anything new I do for the CoCo is going there. And also another one of these projects, as part of this basic, trying to finish this basic series, was to port over all the videos from the old channel to the new channel, which was always kind of half done. So as of today, again, today's June 19th, 2018, everything's been ported over. Everything is there. I had to then go through and add the titles and the descriptions and the thumbnails and all that kind of stuff, which was another project. Finished that project last night. And those videos will be released. They're all scheduled to release 2 to 4 videos per day. We'll be releasing each day all the way through Sunday, June 24th. So the old series will play out in its entirety on the new CoCo YouTube channel. And then as I record these new episodes, I'm going to post them in both places because not everybody knows where everything is. So I'll post it on the OG channel and I'll post it on the CoCo channel. So it'll live in both places. And as I post the new videos, I will try to let people know, hey, for new color computer content, go to my new CoCo channel. I don't know how long I've been talking. I've been rambling. That's what I do. But anyways, just want to give you an update. Basic will continue. I've got goals, I've got plans, I've set deadlines, and hopefully I will actually deliver. So again, thank you for everybody who's watched this. Your appreciation for it that you've shown me should have driven me and motivated me more than it has, but it's not you, it's me. And I'm going to try to fix that right now. So thank you and look forward to more basic stuff and stuff, right? Okay. Bye-bye.